Hello and welcome back to the Radio 6 podcast. It's been a while. It's been a little while, Golu. We've done just a teensy bit of time. Just a teensy bit of time.
A small post-major break.
Small post-Manchester Major last year break. We had been meaning to do more episodes. Like, we had been meaning to come back to this, but I ended up really busy last year. You ended up really busy last year, and then it's just been like trying to get on top of it. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, this will be a regular thing, right? This is... I'm not gonna go out and be like, I'm promising this, but we're also not going to make them as long as what they were last time, because last time we've got episodes that were like 2 hours. We may have one or two that are like that, but we're gonna try and be clean and clinical with it, right? But the first one, it's relevant. It's in the discussion. It's in the media right now. #SaveSiege is what's happening. We'll have a little discussion about whether it's like a real thing, because I have thoughts on it. I'm sure everybody has thoughts on it. And yeah, we'll kind of get into it and we'll start actually yapping about it. But yeah, first of all, let's for people who might not know, let's explain what it actually is. #SaveSiege currently is going around on pretty much all your social medias, because Siege is apparently in a really bad state that needs saving. And I think it was Spoit that started it. I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Spoit on his stream.
Yeah.
Talking about it, and then tweets erupting from the clip from that.
Yeah. And yeah, people have just been like, "Oh, this is what I think you should do to save Siege. This is what I think you should do to save Siege." Now, don't get me wrong. I have opinions on what we should do to. I'm gonna change it. I would change it not to save Siege. I would change it to boost Siege, because if you look at the numbers, Siege. Yeah, we're slightly down this season, right? But it's a 10-year-old game, right? And we're actually numbers wise, we're still completely fine. It could be better. Could be way, way, way better, and that's what we're going to discuss, right? But I don't think it's at the point of saving. It's not dying. It's fine. The numbers are fine. It's still making loads of money. It's still good. So, I'll start by going. This is what I think we should do to make it better, and I'll just and then we can get into it, right? So my first suggestion. Anticheat. Let's get that out of the way. Let's just get that discussion. Yeah. I don't think there's much for us to say. I'll just say better anti-cheat, and you'll say,
"Yep, yes, please."
Done. That's it. That's it. That's the easiest one to address. Both in terms of obviously, actual cheaters on PC and stuff, wallers and all that, whatever. And then console for sim and stuff like that, which isn't as big of an issue now with Mousetrap. The second one is the one that is my most annoying thing that we need to fix, I think, that will help us, I think. Again, boost Siege. I don't think we're quite bad to the point where we need to be saving it, right? And it is, please fix the rank system before I crash out. I was already crashing out about it earlier today. I mean, I get why rank 1.0 was changed, but currently I have no incentive to play ranked other than just because I want to play Siege. And at that point, unranked's actually a better experience, because I said to you before we started, right? I was in a lobby and there was 9 people in Diamond, because I haven't played as much this season, right? There was 9 people in Diamond and there was only me in Silver. So I'm in Diamond lobbies, right? And I get that the MMR's hidden. I get that it's probably I haven't manually checked my MMR, but it's demoralizing as a player to be in a lobby and see, look, you guys are all, you got nice diamond charms, but I don't get mine for another 30 games. But I have to play against you guys. It's not great.
That's the difficulty of it. Yep. Are we listing all 3 and then going through them?
Up to you. It's up to you. I can go for the third one, I guess. I'll throw my third one.
I think go for the third one and then we'll run through them.
I'll add my third in, which is content. Right, that's the other thing. Sieges are a really difficult game for content. It's so hard to add new content to, I think.
Okay.
But we need to have more, and it's not even so much that we need to have more. We need to stop repeating stuff. We need to stop, because that's what Showdown and Mute Protocol already this year. We'll get probably Doctor's Curse again in next month.
Yeah.
Let's be getting new content, right? I understand it's difficult you can't add a map every season. It's not like other games, you just can't physically do that. We need to find a new way of adding content, I think. And there you go. There's the floor is open. Discuss.
Okay. I mean, I think start with the anti-cheat one. I think that is obviously the one that is, I think, probably the most important out of the three. I think if you fix the anti-cheat, I think people will put up with rank 2.0 to play the game because the game is a very good game. I mean, this is why we're still here.
Yeah.
It's just like it's difficult because you look at it and before, like, cheating has always been an issue with Siege, right? Like the way that Siege, like, you've heard it a million times, right? The way that Siege plays, like how punishing and how quick the time to kill is. If someone's like walling, it's gonna feel way more impactful because you can just get shot through the walls and then you're dead. You can get pre-fired the moment you walk around a corner and they know, and you're just dead in an instant, and you don't get that chance to like retaliate or take an action. And that's like the point of Siege, right? Like you should be punished, but you're being punished because they have information that they shouldn't have access to, and because they're cheating. And then there's all I will say there's the funny ones that like we should get cheats out of the game, but like the homing drone Flores drones, that one was amazing. Like
the check-in one was funny as well.
Yeah, like the ones where it's like I can live with like the odd goofy cheat, and like obviously you're never gonna completely eliminate cheating from video games. Like it's just not gonna happen. But it's when you get to a point where it's like you have obviously like your big content creators and your pro players who are playing all the time. They're always tweeting about how they're running into cheaters all the time, especially pro players and high-elo players, because they are running into it all the time. Like you tune into their streams and it's like every single game or nearly every game. It's a majority that they'll play in like an evening. And that kills that drive to keep playing the game and to keep pushing forwards, because you're like, if you're hitting, like you play 10 games and 7 of them aren't legitimate matches, it's like, great, well, it's not worth the time that you're putting aside to play these 10 games to get three ranked matches that you like actually get to play against real people. I think that's like, it sucks, don't get me wrong, but I think the issue is when you start seeing that in lower levels, which is what we're starting to see now, right? Like I always like I fucking suck, right? So I'm like gold plat every time. Like on rank 1.0, if we're going off of that scale, that's probably where I sit. And so like I keep seeing all these tweets from people being like, "Oh, I can't play the game, man. It's filled with cheaters." And every season until like 3 seasons ago, I've just been like, I like playing in my gold lobbies. I get to solo queue in peace and just sort of like, I'm like, oh yeah, sucks to suck. Anyway, I'm loving the game right now. But even now, it's like, not every game. Like, it's probably still not even the majority, but it's enough where you're like, okay, this is starting to get annoying. And that's not to say that like now it's impacting me personally, therefore it's bad. It's to say that this is going to then be impacting a majority of the player base. Yeah. Because I'm at that average skill level, right? So more and more people getting impacted by it, and that's where you're starting to see it trickle into the common experience now is that you're impacting cheaters. It's not just your high-elo players. And that's kind of why it needs to, I think if you want to see the game like continue to grow or to stabilize or bring player back in, you need to now make that accessible for that average player group.
Yeah. That's why I kind of say like, sure, you can kind of say SaveSiege, right? You can sure say that, right? But that's why I say like we're not quite at that, because for the majority, it's almost like a non-issue for a lot of people, because like you've got, I'd probably argue 90% of your console, maybe 95, maybe even higher than that, of your console community, which is huge, right? People forget how big that is. Are not experiencing cheaters whatsoever, right? They're for the the experienced Zen players and stuff like that, and obviously with the crossplay stuff, depending on how they do that, they might. But for most of the time, there's nothing. It's just they're just playing Siege, right? And even then, if they do come up against someone that's zimming, it's like, it's bad, but it's not like completely like unplayable against. You know what I mean? It's like if someone's got walls and knows exactly what's everything that's happening.
The whole thing with people like moving across, right? Like a lot of people started playing console to dodge the cheaters. Yeah, like it's primarily a PC issue. Yeah,
exactly. And so that's why it's like, I get why people are like annoyed about it, because obviously the louder people will be your creators who, most of your creators are going to be high level anyway, because they're playing this game as a job. They're playing this game daily, so like they are going to be a high level. They're going to be a high elo, so they're going to be experiencing cheaters to like a far higher degree than the average person, right? Me and you both cast the game. Like this is like
like this is a big portion of my life, and I don't play the game enough to experience cheaters constantly. Like, I can maybe count on one hand the amount of times it happened to me, but that's just because I don't have the time to play it to get to the elos that would be affected in, right? And so, like, it's a skewed perception, but, like, I feel like most of the perception of it is that, you know? So, yeah, for sure. Definitely needs better anti-cheat, but at the same time, like, it's a skewed result at the minute, you know?
I think the issue from that then becomes, like, your top streamers, your content creators, your pro players when they're playing the game are, like, how you get people in. It's sitting in the Shaiko stream and watching him, like, one-tap everyone, and you're like, that's what I need to do. And you lose access to that now. And, like, if you start losing content around the game because people don't want to play the game because it's not worth the time investment if you just can hit cheaters all the time.
Exactly.
It just starts to kill it off. So, yeah, I think it is something that, like, I don't know what you can do. I don't know what the limitations on the devs are, right? Because you have Battle Eye. I don't know how. I don't know enough about how this works to be like. I imagine they can't just be like completely dropping Battle Eye. I imagine there's some sort of thing there. I imagine you can't just pull in another cheat software and like. It's like you can just like download like McAfee and just boot it up. You know? It's not like that. Like not in terms of like you can just install it, but I mean like in terms of on a game development end, you can't just like chop and change it on the fly, right? Like it'd be a lot of work probably back end to set it up with something else in mind. But I don't know. I mean, when you look at something like Valorant, where it's like designed to have an anti-cheat built from the ground up to be like sustainable to Valorant, like if anything was going to have done that, it was this change to CGX, and that hasn't. I don't know how you then take that step forward.
I know that's a difficulty, I think. But I think like. I don't know, I feel like it's one of those ones where there's not too much to discuss other than it does need to be better. Don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of that, really. Like,
yeah.
Nothing more really to add. I'm keen to hear your opinions on the rank system, because I think that's the biggest issue. I think that's...
I kind of agree. I think the problem is that, like, I mean, it's what we were saying earlier, right? Like, you have hidden MMR mixed with a showing rank. And I think hidden MMR can work in games, but it works when your hidden MMR, like, influences your shown rank, kind of like how it used to, right? Where it's like... And the way it does in, like, most other competitive games, like... Yeah. I think back to like how like the Overwatch rank system used to work of like you'd have an hidden MMR and then your like visible rank, and your matchmaking was based off of your visible, but your hidden MMR would influence how quickly your visible would move.
Yeah.
And I think like that's how the original Siege one used to work, right? Like if you were a previous Diamond player, you'd do your placements and be in gold, and you just start skyrocketing through the ranks really quickly because you were gaining way more elo every game.
Yeah.
And we now are match made off of that hidden MMR, but then you still need to win all the games, so it doesn't really feel like... It's not the same where, like, you start in gold and you, like, climb, you, like, fight your way up, and as you go, the games get harder and harder. It's like, you just have this, like, plateau for the entire season.
Exactly.
And when it gets difficult is, like, right at the start, because everyone's back on in their stacks, because there's often, like, a 2-day grace period where you can dodge a lot of the extreme cheaters. And then, like, the very end, when people are like, oh, I've got, like, 3 days to hit whatever rank out, like... I've got to hit my champ. I haven't hit champ this season. For people that like to have it every time, right? Or like, I want to hit my diamond again to like maintain that level of balance. But I mean, yeah, there's just like not the same drive to it when you like kind of know where you are the whole time. You need something to shoot for, I think. Like personally, like I'm not that fussed about like I'll play if I'm playing the game. I'm probably just playing ranked because I might as well play. I'll play for something rather than playing for nothing.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's not the same where it's like, even just like the hype of it, it doesn't quite feel the same. Like winning games on a game-to-game basis obviously still feels good. When you have like a really good rank game, it still feels like a great rank game. But you turn around at the end of it and you just go like, oh, sick, I'm in bronze 3 now. You're like, great.
Well, that's it, you know? Like, I personally, I play a lot of Siege, right? And I personally haven't gone any higher than Emerald since it changed, I think. Maybe Diamond once.
Yeah, probably similar.
And but I've only done it maybe once or twice. Most of the time, most of my seasons right now are that I'm either not getting ranked because I'm not playing any ranked, or I'm playing 3 or 4 games and I'm getting a copper charm, or I'm playing a few games and I'm finishing silver, gold, and that's it. And I know that I have not, since that last season on 2.0 that I got to diamond. That was the last time I actually tried to push and tried to actually put the time in to get to the rank that I am. And that's the point that I said to you earlier. Like, I was playing a game earlier and I'm in a lobby with 9 diamond players and I'm the only one in silver. And I understand, I fully understand that my hidden MMR has matched me to the same skill level as them. But
sure,
they've, got more time. So they've clearly they've got themselves up to that, right? They've played enough games to get themselves into diamond, because there's basically now like a minimum amount of games that you would have to play. Because like obviously in rank 1.0 it used to work that you're, and because it was based on your hidden MMR, like you would go so far up in your MMR and then it would come back down at the start of the season, but it would only come back down. I think it was 1,000. I think it would drop down, right?
Sure.
And something like that. So you wouldn't come back all the way down.
It would drop you down to a level, yeah.
Yeah. So if you finished diamond champ, you'd maybe drop down to like top of gold or plat or something like that.
There were those 2 seasons where they did like the full resets and you had all the champ stacks, like playing back in like silver lobbies, like bronze lobbies,
like
hilarious stuff. Just watching them queue in and they're checking the trackers and it's like, these guys are like perma silver players. Like that was entertaining at the very least.
But that's why people got like champ so easy when it first changed, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, because you just fly up the ranks playing like silver players all the way up, and then like you'd hit champ, and you'd eventually start hitting the other champ stacks. But like it also meant that like, I don't know, again, like to look at like other stuff, right? Like we've also not got this thing anymore where I think back to like watching a lot of like Overwatch creators or like watching Siege creators back in the day. When you were like at the top of your ranks, you like knew who you were running into all the time, because the pool of players at the top is so small that you'd keep restacking in. I mean, it still happens in some games, but like League, it happens all the time. In like you see creators like hitting each other all the time because they're like the way that their challenger and like High Masters works. But that's not the same now for Siege. It feels like even when you're watching like people like your pro stacks and like your big content creator stacks that are playing at the top of champ, like you're not loading into a game and being like, oh, we're playing against these 5 people now, or we're playing against like these 2 people that we know from something, or like, unless you hit a pro stack, you're not hitting really anyone that you'll recognize ever.
Exactly.
So it's just like people also want to avoid getting like cheated on, so you get a lot of people playing under like false account names. Which also hurts, right? Because it's kind of hype when you'd see like the like pre-game lobby screen and you'd see like not this is like when you're watching like a stream or something, right? From my perspective, but like you're watching a stream and it loads up and it's like, oh, all 10 of these people are like real tangible people that like are known to the community, and you know the rank game's gonna be a fucking heater.
Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, it's like a personal frustration for me because it just feels like a battle pass. I don't feel like I enjoy ranked. It used to just be like, I would play so much unranked, right? I'd be coming back home from work or when I got in this game, school, right? I would come back home and I'd be like a couple hours in unranked, and then it would be like, right, we're warmed up, we've got the stack on, let's do 3 or 4 games ranked to close out the evening, right? And it was like fully passionate, and I was diamond for maybe 6, 7, 8 seasons in a row. A couple of them I was so close to getting into champ before they changed it, and then I changed inputs anyway. But and it was just like ever since they changed it, and then seeing how everyone got up. Like I switched to mouse and keyboard and switched to PC the same season or one season after 2.0 came out, right? And I got to Emerald playing on controller. And I had like a 1.7 KD or something on PC playing on controller.
Gamer.
And I was like, what? Like, I felt like I was in like the easiest lobbies ever. But this was obviously just because my MMR was like so low, right? And I was like, okay, this was like fine, but then obviously I changed inputs, whatever, right? And it's been a bit different since then. But the issue is that like, it just didn't feel like there was actually something that I was trying to hit. Like that first season was way too easy, so it was like, okay, this is like, okay, cool. If I just kept playing, I'd just hit champ, because you just will. Do you know what I mean? Because if you just maintained above 50% win rate, you were just gonna end up hitting champ. And you just had to play. It was just time. So it went from being, okay, I can hit diamond in 20 games, to the only way for me to actually physically have a diamond charm is to play 100 games, 150 games. You know, I don't even know how many games I'm at right now, but it's like, it's just it's just taking all the motivation out of it, and I think that's the biggest issue, because I'm just like, I actually don't feel there's like an actual competitive part of it, and that's my biggest issue, because that's why I play Siege. So I've gone from playing Siege every single day, every single night, to playing it 2 or 3 times a week.
There's also just like less people around. Like I think all the mates I used to play with, none of them stuck with the game.
Yeah.
Because they hit a point where it's like, you know what? Like if I'm getting back from school and I can play for like 2 or 3 hours, I'm not gonna sit for it and potentially run into anything. Or like, the rank system doesn't feel rewarding enough for me to like sit and play through, so I'll play something else, or I'll just like stop. I think there's still like merit to playing ranked. Like I think ranked is still like fine. I think the playlist, like I mean, I would quite like to see a playlist that mirrors competitive rule set, which I think is kind of separate to this. But like I would like to see, like, if we were to get like a ranked 3.0 and you're like, what do you want? I don't like 2 versions of the ranked, right? Like I'd want like the quick rank. You can keep what we currently have, but I'd like to see like I don't know what you call it. Like I know, like obviously, like you have like the Premier. Is it Premier in CS2?
I'm not sure. I think
which
so,
is
yeah.
like they have like ranked, and then they have like Premier, something like that, where it's like you have your rank mode. You can like jump in and play that. But then if you want to like play a proper full game of Siege, 1st to 7, competitive maps only, like competitive ban style, a bit more locked in. And you give like some sort of like separate reward system for it, right? Like, I mean, you don't even have to at that point, like, but you just make it like a pure ladder. You have to climb this ladder and just like go up.
Yeah,
like, I think that would. I think that would be really nice to see. But yeah, I don't know.
I have like a part to add to that. I agree with you, but I'm gonna add to it more when we talk about content part, because I think it falls in there for me to kind of
that's fair.
Like segue us to actually like what we should like be addressing for the rank system, like in my opinion, because obviously you're saying like what, separate queue. I think that Siege should just be okay with what it is, and that's what the ultimate issue is. It's a fucking punishing game. It's so punishing, right? And it should just own that.
Sure.
It should just own it, and it doesn't do that with this rank system. It doesn't. It babies you, because basically
that's because of who it's designed for, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So like, we're not the audience that it's designed for. Your hardcore players aren't the players that this style of rank system is designed for. It's designed for your casual players who can only play a couple games a night, but hey, you play your 3 ranked games on your Monday night, and then you log back in a couple days later, and you play like another one on your weekend. You have free time, and you're just going to go up, right?
Yeah.
The design is that anyone can hit any rank if you just play enough games. It's how it's designed. It's what it's for.
I know.
It's a stupid way to do it for a competitive game, because it ultimately makes everything meaningless. Like, the best feeling is when you, like, weirdly, one of the best feelings with this new system, now that they've added that you can see everyone's ranks in, and this is now that you can see them, when you load in and you're like bronze 2 because you've played like 7 ranked games or whatever, like 5 ranked games, and you load in and you see like emerald, diamond, silver, and but you get like the rainbow of all of the ranks in the lobby, and there's always someone on the team who types like, why are all the ranks wrong? Why am I playing in silver games?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like asking you like what your like lifetime best rank is and all this sort of thing, because they're trying to figure out like where, like, how good are their team, and you just rage bait them every time. You're like, oh yeah, like, I'm trying to see if I can hit gold for the first time this season, and they just start losing their mind, being like, yeah, it's great.
I think it should just.
It's stupid, but great.
It's stupid, it's stupid, right? I really don't like it, because I think like I remember like posting on Twitter the first time I ever hit plat. I remember being like, oh my god, I've done it, guys, I've done it,
because it took me so long to do that. And then first time I hit Diamond, I was like, oh my god, whew. That took a lot of sweat, and that took, because I think I played like 250, 300 games or something that season, right? And it was like, obviously back then it was like you were getting like 8 MMR a game, right?
Yes, when you get to the top of like what your current like MMR
so
bracket is,
hard
and you're pushing higher,
and it kept me going, and you can actually see it. Like if you were to anyone watching this or listening to this, feel free to go to my R6 tracker, make sure it's the PlayStation one. I don't know, I can't remember if they combine them right, but you'll see it. You'll see this. You'll see the year, or maybe a year and a half to 2 years, where I was completely passionate, right? You'll see me hit Diamond, and you'll see it go up and up and up and up, and you'll see me get within, I think it was within like 25 MMR or something like that. I think it was even less than that. I think I was within like 10 MMR or something of Champ in 1.0, and then I lost the game and lost 25 MMR, and it's like, last day of the season, I don't have time now to play 3 games to then get that up. And it was like, oh, okay, cool, we'll go again next season, and then the next season it's cool, I'll get in, because I know that I'm going to start slightly higher, so I know that it's not going to be as much of a slog, but I know that I'm going to be playing at higher quality games. And it was like, cool, I end up with like high quality games for the entire year, whereas like now it's like, okay, whatever, man, like. And that's where I think it just needs to own what it is. I think it needs to, maybe, cool, sure, we can maybe adjust from what rank 1.0 is, come up with something different, right? But I do think they need to be, your hidden MMR, I think, has to be the same as your visual MMR, in my opinion. Because most of your casual players haven't got a fucking clue that they're separate anyway. And they're always like, oh yeah, wait a minute, hold on, why am I on a Robbie with diamonds? And it's like, well, actually, buddy, you're diamond. You're just not allowed to be diamond yet because you're not played 100 games yet.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, also, that's not fully how it works, because you're in your silver lobby games in terms of like rank 1.0 MMR.
Yeah.
But they play enough games to hit diamond. So you still
all
suck. You just all suck in a prettier color.
Well, that's what I mean. So it's like, okay,
that's what it is.
So
you just suck and look better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a meaningless rank, right? And it's just like, okay, right, we should just own it and let silvers be silvers, let gold be golds. You know what I mean? Like I want to know actually what my rank is, like what my actual tangible rank is, because the issue is that it becomes an issue across the full thing, because no one's really motivated. Like the competitive players, they just get on, they hit the champ, and that's that.
I don't think your MMR needs to necessarily be like exactly your rank. I think I'd be fine with like a rank and then a hidden MMR that was working to influence it behind, just from the sake of like, you would then rerun into that issue of your MMR carries over from last season. So, because like, that's how these systems work, right? Like your MMR doesn't ever reset to your account. They push you down in the ranks that you have to climb up again.
Yeah.
And I think that concept is like fine. Like you need that thing to like go forwards every season. But it's something at the top. I also think champ needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think champ should just be once you hit a certain rank level. I think it should go back to being a top 500 or a top 1000.
I agree.
And you have limited spots in champ that you have to maintain. You should then add like rank decay. So if you don't play for a certain amount of time, you can decay.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'd be happy with like a diamond cutoff. So if you're like, you decay to the bot, like give it 2 weeks. If you don't play in 2 weeks, you start losing a set amount of MMR, like elo, like not your MMR, your like skill, your hidden skill rating, but like whatever your rank point is, siege points or whatever they want to call it. You lose those. I can't remember what they're called now. But you lose those, and that goes down. You drop to like bottom of diamond, and you'll stay at bottom of diamond, like diamond 0.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking LP, but that's because I'm playing more League of Legends.
It's RP. It's rank points. It's RP.
Rank points. Okay, right. So you'd sit at like diamond 4 0 RP.
Yeah.
And then if you play again, you'll like start skyrocketing again because your MMR is still like champ MMR.
Yeah.
But you're like drop down, and also stops the whole like, if you want to talk about like you just wanting people to keep playing the game, if you have to like come back occasionally, I know Overwatch used to have decay, and I had a mate who was like very good at Overwatch, and he would log in every week and play like 3 games, even when he like wasn't playing or was busy, because he was like, I'm in like Masters, I want to maintain my Masters, right? Like, I want to keep this rank till the end of the season because it's the end of season rank that matters, not your peak.
Yep.
Like, your peak is displayed, but it's the end of season 1 that, like, is the bragging points one, right? So I think that's just, like, a good way to do it. I think you can do something like that.
Yeah, I think I can get on board with that. I think that's a good idea.
But yeah,
I think
you've got to make champ lock out.
Yeah, I think so.
Have people fight over their points.
Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen as well. There's too many champs. I think that's for sure what needs to happen. And
you can hit like 5-digit numbered champion. Fake. Don't care at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like fucking 12,000th and 2 champion player. Who cares, man?
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
Champ without a number, it doesn't exist. Not real.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly. That's the other part. It's just. Yeah. I think I think that's right now. I think that is the most important thing. I think Siege just needs to just know what it is, know it's a competitive thing, and stop catering to like I guess the casual ones, because that's like.
If you're silver and you're a perma silver player or a perma gold player, and you're upset that you don't get the champion little icon anymore, grow up.
Yeah,
like, it's literally that simple. Bro, back in the day, right? This is like year 3, year 4, getting on after school or like summer holidays. I had such a degenerate summer holiday, by the way. This was summer holiday after I finished my GCSEs. Right, I just got my first computer. I was playing Siege, and we got like a group of us. It was like 5 of us playing like stupid hours every day. I think like over that summer holiday, I think I racked up an average of 5 hours a day over the entirety of the summer.
That's cool.
And I had a 2-week holiday within those like 7 weeks. And I was still hitting like 5 hours a day average, right? Like I think I figured it out. Bro, it was horrendously bad, and we all sucked. Like we were all like gold players.
Yeah.
But when someone said, I've got my gold 2 game, I've got my gold 1 game, bro, you were locking the fuck
You
in.
were.
Like, it was like full strats coming in. You're employing every like trick you could figure out. Like, this was like try hard Glaz meta, where like Glaz just got the banana scopes, but he could like still move at like his full speed without impacting it. Yeah. And you're like, okay, guys, this is like the try hard one. Let's bring out like the busted lion. Let's bring out Glaz and like full smoke it off with like Ying, where the Candela would like impact immediately. You built all of it out, but like I remember we had an evening where one of our mates was like, okay, guys, I could hit like plat if we win like 8 games. And so we're there, we're like, okay, we've got to win 8 games, and every game we lose is another game we have to win. Or it was like for every 3 losses we needed. For every 2 losses we need 3 wins. I think is what we figured out at the time. Something like this. And it was just like, we just didn't stop until we got there. We got like there right at the end at like 4 a.m. after starting at like 9 the previous night. Like proper just firmed it. It was great. But like, you don't have that anymore because you're like, oh, I'll just hit it eventually.
Yeah.
Let's do it like being like, nah, we're doing this tonight. It's not really
like there's no real like locking in part. But it also gives you an excuse as well, because like you're like sat there like, oh, I'm bronze here, and people are diamond, but you know that you're in that lobby because your MMR.
That's your MMR, so you don't really care what the rank is. You just go like, cool, I can beat these people.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's just like it used to be like if you were 5 stacking and you were 5 diamonds and you were trying to push the champ and you got 5 champs, you were like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You're like, here we go.
You'd still get crippled on the RP if you lost.
And you used to get the healthy like MMR. Like you'd be like, oh, if we win this, mate, we're gonna box off like 130 MMR. You'd be like, yes, it'd be so good.
It was good.
Yeah, I think we're both in agreement that needs to kind of change our overall situation, but to kind of move us along, and address one of the other ones I brought up was content, and I'll jump in and just say that when you were saying a minute ago as a thing for the ranked fix, I think that should be a thing as an extra piece of content. I think there should be like we have Siege Cup. Siege Cup is not enough. There's just not enough Siege Cup.
I'm gonna go on it.
Yeah. Well, we don't have time to go into Siege Cup today. We don't have time.
No. Travesty.
Long story short, we tried to play Siege Cup for the first time last night, and Golu got basically banned out of it for some reason. No idea why. But
I need to reinstall my entire game now.
Oh, that's grim.
But
and my internet sucks. It's gonna take me forever.
So, Siege Cup it's a good concept. It's enjoyable, right? And
it is
when it works, that is.
Yeah.
But I do think there should be not a separate queue, but a separate mode where you have a 5-stack and it's competitive Siege.
Okay.
It's the full 7, the full whack, right? You do full overtime, and that can be its own separate playlist, own separate rank, and you can only queue that as a 5, right?
Okay, I'm down.
And that can be its own. It exists on a completely different realm, and obviously, you make the rewards like insane, you know. You make them like you make them create like a crazy. Maybe you only put 4 ranks in it or something like that, and you don't do like colors. I don't know. You come up with new ones like legendary or some bullshit.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you come up with that, and you know what you'll find is like most people will sit in that. Most of your big creators, and they'll all be in that anyway. And then and then you've got the other kind
if you're doing that, especially, I think you then want to have manual bans.
Yeah.
So you basically have someone who creators can contact and
They
be like,
kind of have that
hey,
anyway. So
they do, but like actively, more actively. It needs to be like, oh, we've just finished this game, and this 5-stack are like definitely cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a game mode that you can only queue as a 5-stack, ban all 5 accounts.
yeah, exactly. There you go.
Each go sick. These guys are playing with a cheater. Ban them all.
Yep. That's exactly it. And
you make some sort of appeal system, just in case. But like it's not like oh, I just lost a game and I'm a YouTuber, so I'm gonna get everyone banned. It wouldn't be that, right? Like it would be like you'd get checked.
Yeah.
But you have something like that because that would then also clear the game mode out immensely quick. And even if you don't improve anti-cheat massively, just having a way of being like, cool, 5 accounts gone.
Yeah.
It's like such a good way of just culling it that my immediate thought is you'd probably see less cheaters in there. I think the game being free to play does impact the number of accounts that people have access to. But I think that'd be an interesting way to do it if you can just wipe 5 accounts out at a time.
No, I think that'd be good. I think the community, because I don't think that you should have like role queue or player queue, like you can queue solo queue. It doesn't.
Imagine playing a rank game. You get coastline and you're stuck on hard breach as your like role or something.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Nah, role queue's not happening. And also like solo queue, geo queue, all this stuff. That's also not happening. I do have another part to add for content for that though.
Okay.
And I think that it would benefit from playlists that have isolated ranks and isolated rewards, right? That are like a 2v2 or like a 1v1 or 3v3, and they're on they're on a rotational basis. So for instance, right, season drops, and for the first half of the season, you've got the 2v2 playlist. So cool, you can queue that with your mate, and you can work your way through essentially a battle pass, right? Essentially like a miniature battle pass of you win this many games and you get whatever rewards, right? That's fun. That's exciting, right? That's a little bit cool. I don't have anyone else to queue the rank with, but let's run it up on that, right? The same thing happening through the season, it changes to 3v3 or something like that, right? Because people are going on about this in a way that they're just like, oh yeah, we want 1v1, we want to duo queues, and I'm like, no.
It's really cracking me up because I know that you very recently played Overwatch for the first time ever the other day.
Yeah.
But in Overwatch 1, this was literally existed.
Did it?
Yeah. So they had like the arcade mode. So you'd go to the arcade tab, and it had like all of their game modes, right? So like, it would basically be the equivalent of like quick play. It was like quick play, ranked, and then the arcade is what they ended up with. And that was like all your like fun game modes, like when you die, you respawn as a random hero.
Yeah.
Or like all this sort of thing, right? But they also had 3v3 and 1v1, and then mystery 1v1s. And then like they later on added like capture the flag and things like this.
Yeah.
But they would do short times where they'd be like, cool, we're adding like ranked 3v3.
Yeah.
To the game for like a short time. It'd be like for like a month.
Yeah.
So this month you get that. Or like this month you get like ranked capture the flag. So it's just pretty funny that you're like very organically, because I know you don't follow over. Like if I didn't actively know you didn't touch Overwatch ever, I'd just be like, oh, we're just like porting this from Overwatch. But this is literally what Overwatch had.
I mean, like,
they also had 3 wins gives you a booster pack, like the equivalent of like an alpha pack.
Mm-hmm.
So every 3 wins within Arcade, up to 9 wins, you'd get a reward.
Yeah, that's
to play the mode. But I think something like that could be fun. I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily want to sit. I mean, I wouldn't want to sit through ranked 1v1s. I can imagine there would be demand for it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I personally, I mean, I might dump in,
exists.
but the thing is like it all comes down to incentive. Siege has, I think, terrible incentive right now. Right, the battle passes they're okay. You get a couple of things in there, but I don't think I've ever opened a battle pass in the last year and been like, can't wait to get that. Can't wait to get that. It just kind of, I get it or I don't, right? And I'm like, okay.
I haven't bought one.
Yeah, so you go, like, I've only like I don't really. It's fine, but the incentive to play is just kind of not the best anywhere, right?
I still miss the year pass.
Yeah, the year pass was good.
I still mourn the loss of the year pass. That was great.
Well, you got a membership now.
I mean, you don't get. Yeah, I'm not buying that. You're not shilling the membership onto me. I mean, like, I'm not buying the battle pass. I'm not paying monthly for the battle pass. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, like, membership's like whatever. If you want to spend your money on it, spend your money on it. I guess. But I think, like, in terms of the content side of things, specifically content, I actually kind of don't think the game needs as much content as people are clamoring for. Like, there was obviously a lot of, like, not drama, but, like, anger, I guess, or, like, frustration when it was like, oh, we're moving to 1 operator a season rather than, like, 2. Oh, we're moving to 1 every other season instead of every season. And obviously, these are just, like, how the game has to go. Right? Like, it's mental that they had the output of operators and maps that they did. I get why we're, like, cutting down on that now. I don't think the game really needs a whole lot of content, if I'm being completely honest. I think the game's, like, in a really good spot now, where it's, like, 2 operators a year, like, two new characters a year, perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's fine.
I like that we're getting these reworks. I think they've, for the most part, been pretty good. Blackbeard's a little degenerate. But, like, I like that we're getting that. We make old things better rather than just constantly pumping new things in. I'm still adamant that Osa should have been the Blackbeard rework.
Yeah.
And then they've just made this new Blackbeard, which is
atrocious.
Fun to play. I'll say that. It's fun. It's fun for one of the 9 players in the lobby every time it gets picked.
Yeah.
It's probably not dreadful for the 4 on the team of the Blackbeard either, because you just know that you probably just sat behind it.
Unless it's me, because I'm the worst shield player ever.
I love playing shields.
I just can't do it.
Well, it's to make up for the fact that I can't shoot straight, so I just like can't be shot instead.
I just barely contribute. I just understand there's a vibe. That's it.
But like, I think we're in a good spot now where it's like one operator every other season. I think is like really good. I like that we're getting the reworks to the old stuff. I'd like to see more maps get changed.
Yeah.
That's the one bit for me that I think has been a little short. Oh, you have to pardon me. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, but
bless you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So to add to that, I think we're okay for maps. I do think we should have 1 a year. I think that's a one. I think that like any more than 1 a year is too much. We can't do it. We're not the type of game that can do it. We just can't do it. There's too much that goes into them. They're too big. Can you imagine like if we'd been getting a map? I mean, I seen someone that suggested
a map a season.
Season. I've seen someone that suggested a map every second season. Right. When was the last one we got? What, Lair?
The last map was Lair, and then before that we got Labs.
When was Lair released? Right.
The season after Deimos.
So that was November 2023, right? We're in now September 2025. So that was
Lair came out 23.
Yeah, just the last bits. It's been out for a bit. So that's been out for what? 4 seasons, 4, 5, 6 seasons. Go take depending on dates.
Year and a half.
Right. Imagine if
Like, so we'd have had later, and then we'd have had another 3 maps on top of that.
Yeah, no, it'd be mental.
No.
But also, like, we don't need it.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
It's not needed. But more maps need to be getting updated.
More maps need to be getting updated.
Like, I know we're getting these like tweaks with the new season. Like every season, 3 maps are gonna get given fire extinguishers. Sure, whatever. Like, who cares, right? They're like fine.
Yeah.
The amount of times I see them get used actively at the moment is like quite low, but I think that will like change as people get used to them. A lot of the time you just shoot them in the prep phase that you have to think about it later.
Yeah.
Which again is like player laziness, right? Like fully like. Oh, like, but a lot of them are also just placed awkwardly, where it's like, there's one like on long on Clubhouse Basement. Well, as a defender, I'm shooting that every time because like, I just never want to give the attackers a free smoke down long.
Oh, exactly.
So it's like, great, I'll just get rid of that.
And also the one on the top floor outside the gym as well, because you know that you're going.
Yeah,
you know it's going to get naded or something, and you're going to get set on fire at some point. Like, it's just like that.
Yeah, or they're just going to shoot it from breach, and now I can't contest from top main or something, right? Or I can't contest from Logi door. I think maps need to be just cycled in and out more. The maps in ranked need to shrink. It doesn't need to be like 17 maps that we have in our like rank pool. Like, I have a mate who's like learning Siege at the moment, and it's been very funny watching him run around these maps. Because he's playing stacks with us where like we all know what's going on and we'll say stuff, and he's just like, cool, I have literally no clue where I'm going or what I'm doing. And it's like, it doesn't help that you have 17 different maps or 16 different maps that are all in the rank pool that you're all going to see all the time. Like, you shrink it down to 9.
I think it should be slightly more. Mine's is comp +3. That's what I would say.
Sure. Yeah, seems fine.
And
you get like the good 3.
Yeah, and you get, because the comp maps will cycle in anyway, so you'll get what, like,
you can also change them every season.
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. Like, I'm happy with 2.
That's what like Valorant does, right? Yeah. Like they shift what maps are in what game modes fairly frequently, and you just go like, cool. But it means that like you start playing the game or you're learning the game, you play your like comp maps, Oregon.
Yeah.
Like it says +3, like what 9 comp maps, Oregon. You can have Coastline. It sucks, but you can have it. And like I don't know, theme or something, right? It's like you have that, and then some of them will change next season, and that's fine. I think the comp map pool should be changing as well, to be honest. So you do that. You just I
think that's overdue a change, to be honest.
Oh, I'm so fed up of watching Cafe, man.
I think Cafe needs to go.
It's such a terrible map. It's such a. I'm fed up of people sitting there and being like, I like watching Cafe.
No, you don't. It's the worst. It's the worst one to watch. It's the worst one to cast by a long
shot.
By a long shot. There's like, and ask any commentator, Cafe will be their number 1.
Probably.
Maybe
there's a couple weirdos who are like, I really like Cafe. I like watching people walk down corridors for 7 years.
No, you can't get the right angles. Everything's on top of each other. There's no name tags. It's an
Free cam was honestly the biggest buff Cafe has ever received from a viewer perspective in years.
Thank God.
Because you could just never go down the east side of the building.
Yeah.
Like there was just an invisible wall and it cut off your camera movement, so you just could never get like good shots of half of the map on overhead, or like a third of the map on overhead. It was still too much.
Right.
But yeah, like, I don't know, this map just sucks. I hate Cafe. I hate playing it in rank. I ban it over Coastline, over Emerald Plains, over... It's just such a mental... It kills the mental every time you see this map. I mean, I particularly hate this map. So, like, this is, like, not a common... There's, like, I know it's, like, a very popular... Like, it was the most played map in, like, Stage 1. So, like, obviously, it gets played a lot. Like, teams like playing the map. But...
I don't know why. I'd like to kind of... dip into that at some point with some people and see why that's the choice for that.
Why it's so popular. It could be like, it is quite, it's like quite a fun, like it's quite a standard one by this point. Like lots of teams know it, so it's one that you're likely to handshake into if you want to dodge all the weird ones. It's probably like in that like Clubhouse Chalet group, like border group. That like everyone knows how to play, but then Border's like skewed again because of how quick and rapid it can be.
Yeah.
So like teams will ban it because they don't want to lean into like the aggro gunfights, whereas I think Cafes can be quite malleable to like how you want to play. Like if you want to play very quick, you can. If you want to dig in behind utility, you can. But it's like you do the same thing. It's just the pace at which you do it, kinda.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a bit of a hater.
And that's for another video, that maps.
Get into map hatred. I mean, at least I stood up in front of the major crowd and said the border was ass and that should get out.
Border is ass and should be cut. This is another one when I talk about like maps being reworked, right? Like we had a border rework which was adding an internal balcony.
Yeah.
Border's still ass. Border still sucks to play. You pick like anyone who likes playing Border, I guarantee you, every single time is like, yeah, but I love spawn peeking.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the round being over in a minute.
But it's the same. The people who love Border are usually also the people who love Coastline because they're both the same thing. You don't have to. You turn off your utility. You turn off any actual thinking brain, and you just go, oh, shoot. Take a gunfight. Yep. Now the thing is at the highest levels,
you open a door and you have access to the entire building.
Exactly. And now at the highest level, it is so entertaining and so good to watch. Right? I will put that out there, and I will absolutely say that. I think it's good to be in the comp map pool for that, right? But your average game, oh my god.
I don't actually like it in the comp map pool. I appreciate what it does in terms of it being a small aggro map. I would rather see Coastline come back in, even though I fully acknowledge Coastline sucks. Because one, Coastline is at least interesting to look at. Border is not.
Yeah,
and two, I haven't been watching it for the last 3 years since it was like it, because it went out the map pool at one point because it was played too much, and then they eventually brought it back in, and it's been a mainstay ever since. But like the map pool hasn't really changed in recent years. Like they added Layer when that came in, and they added Labs when that came in.
Which, by the way, I want to say that right now and when it comes to the recent maps we've had, those two maps are really great maps. Like Labs is my favorite map. I'm a massive Labs enjoyer. I think that Layer still needs a little bit of maybe a little tweak here and there, and I would feel a bit better about it.
I can see that.
Mostly aesthetically and lighting is my issue with that, but that's just a separate thing.
This is an issue for me with most of the recent ones. I know the lighting kind of has gone back to that like old style Siege lighting, and I kind of get why, but I think a lot of the maps look a lot darker and dimmer than they did before.
Because it's just great.
I kind of liked that middle bit we had like just before this.
Can you imagine Villa with it modernized?
Yeah, I've also found that like maybe I need to change some settings, some like video settings, because I'm not adept at that sort of thing. But I do also find looking outside of windows and doors, like to outside, harder from a lot of these newer maps or like the reworked maps, just because it is like notably darker inside, and so that contrast really like messes with me a little bit. I also have like kind of dodgy eyes at times, so that doesn't help either.
So we've discussed like content a little bit. Mine is just add a couple of different playlists like that. Give people a couple options to get some skins and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because the grinding for any skins or camos or anything is actually impossible in this game. With the renown changes, even we've got the memento stuff. I'm like, okay, great, that's amazing. Now it needs to be 3 billion like the memento skins. So like if you finish an event collection, you get a memento skin. And they're sick. They're phenomenal skins, like genuinely. But I need to open up 33 packs, so I need to spend over 360 renown or roughly 10,000 R6 credits, which is like what?
You could buy the Valkyrie skin twice for that.
Yeah, like it's a lot of money. It's either a lot of money or a lot of time played in the game, and it's like for what one skin? Okay, and they don't really give you enough time between them because there's also now switched to the 2 events per season now. There's not actually enough time to then get that renown back with the renown changes, so it's actually like impossible. So we need to figure out a better way to make skin to playtime more rewarding somehow.
I mean, I remember the renown thing being a big deal.
Yeah.
I'll also say like I'm not that fussed by cosmetics, so like I don't really care if you can't.
That's
as a free to play player. If you can't, like, I know what. Do you get renown difference if you owned the game before it went free to play? Is there something like that? I think I remember seeing like a Rolo TikTok about it or something at the time it changed. But so there could be some sort of thing like if you owned the game previously, or if you like do some sort of weird thing, you get more. Or, I can't remember. But either way, as a free to play player, or if you own the game before but you don't like buy R6 credits, you aren't able to buy every cosmetic that comes out for every event, that's not a problem.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
fine.
don't have an issue with that. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Like, guess what? You couldn't get Robot Oryx this time.
So,
like,
I'm going to jump in though, because my issue is that I agree with you. You should be able to get all of them, but I haven't been able to get any of them, and
sure,
that's an issue. Because, like, for instance, we're on Mute Protocol now. I think we had a Rengoku, and I think we had a Showdown. And
yeah,
I've turned up. I played a decent amount of Siege, but you need to play an insane level of Siege, like content creator level of Siege, like do this for a job level of Siege to actually be able to get into any feasible realm of either renown, or like
to buy the whole set.
To buy the whole set to get a memento, right?
Sure.
So you need to. So the only way to do it is you need to pick. So that's like for right now, right? I'm like sitting here like, okay, I like the MP5 skin that's on right now. But do I waste all of my renown on all of these packs and get that skin, and then I'm going to miss out probably the next 4 events because I don't have the time, and I get it, I understand that, but like
again, like I think this is like the point.
Right? I know, but the thing is like it shouldn't. If we're 2 events a season over the course of a year, I shouldn't be only allowed to get 1 skin in a year, right?
For free, sure. Like I mean.
But it's
not one skin, is it? It's not one skin. It's an entire event's worth of skins to then get the skin.
Yeah,
so you're not getting 1 skin for. All
I know,
that
but
work.
like realistically,
the whole bundle.
The other thing is that they're ass.
You don't care about any. Yes, you don't care about any of the other ones. But that's not the point. Is you do still get all these other items. Like that's what the packs you're buying to end up with the memento thing are for.
Mm-hmm.
So like the idea of being like I don't know. It's like. Don't get me wrong. Is it worth it? Probably not. Should you spend your money on it? In the nicest way, I'm sorry, Ubisoft. Probably not.
No.
But, like, that's fine. Like, sometimes a skin is just mid and isn't worth the money. Like, the Paragon skin. It's a lovely looking skin. It looks great. The animation, it's whatever. I don't really care for it. I'm not upset that
I mean, you're never
exist.
a big cosmetic person anyway.
Yeah, I'm not like a big like the only skins I really run are like the esport ones.
I'm just like someone who likes to grind towards stuff, right?
Sure.
And that's like
outside
of the
being
ranks,
able to access stuff is like whatever, right? Like I get that like you want to be able to like play the game and grind it out and get the credits and do the thing and get it. And like I can see why it'd be like frustrating that there's no way to get all of them in the space of a year. But also like these are cosmetics that cost a lot of money to pump out. And I get if you're playing the game a lot, then like maybe you are buying other stuff. But as a purely free-to-play player, the fact that you can't get every event completed, I think is okay.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I agree. I just think that I think they need to fix the renown thing to make it easier, because right now it's like it's borderline impossible to actually get one without putting weeks into it. Because I mean, what?
But then if you have one that you really like, you just go like say you're like, oh, I really love me them Cowboys, and you wait for Showdown to come back, and like now that they are coming back, you know that like it depends how it works, because it's the first year with memento skins, right? So like whether you can get that one again, I don't know, but you just go like, cool, I'll save it for the next one. Next time you see if you like the skin and you get it. I mean, like. Again, it's that point of FOMO that like drives sales, right? So like they kind of need to maintain that, and I think the game has gone free to play, so I'll always be a little bit more forgiving on prices of cosmetics. I think the Paragon one takes the piss a little bit.
Yeah.
With how much it is? Well, it's like 5,000 or 6 credits.
Something like that.
So it costs like I think you need to buy the £24. It's in pounds, right? But like the £24 bundle, and then the £16 bundle, and then the £4 bundle.
Yeah.
To get enough credits to buy that skin. In the nicest way possible, you shouldn't be spending 45 quid on a skin like that. Like for anything. Like
the only reason
the
only reason that I have it is because of because I was able to just sell stuff on the marketplace.
Yes, and that's like how you get access to it, right?
Yeah.
But and if this is like they've on the shop page, there's like uniforms, it's like Elite and Paragon rarity skins, or whatever this new rarity is called.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be more of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, like make your money, but like that's just crazy amounts of money.
Yeah,
It's like, I mean, it's like when fucking League dropped like the Faker RE skin. It was like £100 a pop.
Yep.
Right. I mean, like the funny thing with that is you could retaliate ban. So the community just started banning RE to punish anyone who bought this skin, so they couldn't play the character, which is hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Like, as like a sort of protesty thing. I mean, you can't just like. I mean, you could just ban Valkyrie every game.
Yeah, you could. I just think that like events and skins and like things like that just haven't quite found, like, they haven't quite scratched my brain as someone who like I love grinding. If you slap I am the person to put a skin in front of and go grind get grinding for that.
Yeah.
But I don't. Siege is one of the only games I don't do it in, and it's a game I play so much, like, because the challenges I don't have much to me, and I like that they added them, by the way. The fact that we've got daily challenges and stuff like that, that's huge. Yeah. But there's just like it isn't quite finding that thing. Anyway, that's a separate thing.
Daily challenges is also a great way to bait selfish players into playing as a team. I think it's like the video game Donkey quote from his like Overwatch 2 beta video, where it's like you have to like give selfish rewards to like team-based play.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to find a way to be like, hey, breach 5 walls as Thermite. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, Consulate Garage, I might as well play Thermite. I need the challenge done.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed this though, like over recent times. Like, I don't think I've seen it too much of an issue with people opening things. I think that for the general part, most of the jobs get done. Like it used to be really difficult to be like, and you'd be like, for God's sake, fine, I'll play the Thermite. I think now it's not too bad.
It still can be pretty dire.
It can be, but like, I think for most of the time it's all right. Before we kind of go off track on something else, though, I am going to ask you for your suggestions
for content.
No, for like this, I guess SaveSiege movement. Despite I don't think because we've really only discussed. I mean, some of them will be the same as me anyway. But if there's anything else,
I think for me it is just like the big ones are like the anti-cheat and making new ranked. I think in terms of the level of content, I think the game's in a great spot. I think what we are getting each season is like plenty. I appreciate there's going to be people who will want more.
Yeah.
I can see why, like, I don't know, like a Macy J would want more content because you make YouTube videos all the time, or like any content creator is always going to ask for more than less, right? Because you want more and more things to go off of. But I think in terms of like a health of the game, I think this is like what we need, right? Like we're getting a operator who changes things up significantly well. I liked that they nerfed Denari before he came out when there was concerns about how strong he was going to be.
Denari's a great op, by the way. Denari's a really good op.
Yeah, really cool. Haven't had a chance to play him yet because he's been on the Battle Pass restricted access.
I've never been keen on that. I've never been keen on that.
I don't mind it at a week. There was this one season where it was a month, and that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like a third of the season, you just couldn't play it. It used to be 2 weeks when the Year Pass existed, and I had the Year Pass. I think the only Battle Pass I bought recently was when Tuberam came out, purely because Tuberam was busted, and if you didn't have Tuberam in ranked, you were just losing. Because you also can't ban them in this period of time. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy the Battle Pass so I can play Tuberam in my ranked games. But outside of that, like, I think it's fine. You give it a week. If you pay the money, you get access to it. And then after a week, you can buy it with your R6 credits, and it's not a problem. Your renown even, right? Like, but then obviously my game's been killing itself, so I haven't been able to actually really play a proper game in like, the last couple days.
Yeah.
So
it's not been going well.
Time to fix my Battle.eye error.
Yeah. I was, I was kind of maybe expecting you to have any like additional things to add on. The only thing I'm going to sprinkle on the top, something that I do think would help, would be, and I think we're doing all right. I think we're okay for balancing. I think everything feels all right, with the one exception of, let's be getting rid of those ACOGs. Let's just remove all of them, right? We removed them from everyone else except the DMRs, which are the strongest ones that are on defense. Let's just get rid of them. Get rid of them. I'm happy, more than happy, to go into a game and be like, and understand that I'm only going to get ACOGs on attack. I'm cool with that. I can live with that. You're like, sitting there like, I want to abuse Tubarão.
I do like, well, Tubarão I play the MPX anyway, usually. The DMR is pretty good on Tubarão. I do like it. I like playing Aruni a lot.
Yeah.
So I do like, I liked having access to it. I'd be fine with them going. I think my issue is when they leave them on ops that are like just kind of annoying. Like it was the same with the 1.5s. Like when 1.5s were really big and they were used as the main balancing tool for defenders. Like Thorn got given the 1.5 on the Uzi, and it was so miserable to play ranked because every single window would have fucking Razor Bloom under it. And it's not because Thorn was good, or people liked playing Thorn, or it was a useful... Like, you had a deployable shield, so it was, like, fine. Yeah. But it was just, like, a free 1.5 after they took it off... I can't remember, they took it off, like, Warden or something.
Yeah.
So all these Warden players, and it was like... When you had it on Warden, it was fine. Because I just know, like, my flashbangs do nothing. But, like, you're burning with them anyway at the time, right? So it's like whatever. Like, my flashbang doesn't work. But with Thorn, it was just like... Now I just have to, every single round, deal with these Razor Blooms that aren't good, they're just annoying. And it just made the game slower and more frustrating to play. And I kind of somewhat feel the same with Aruni. Like, I think Aruni's always been a legit operator, and it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
But you just then again, like, all of the dock players just swap onto Aruni, and it's the same issue again.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you just...
And I'd rather have them all running around on dock or rook and just do that. I'd just rather face that. And be like, look, if you want to do this thing, you have to sacrifice a lot to do it. Mm-hmm. But they've always tried to, like, I mean, they haven't done this because they haven't added it to other operators. But by leaving it on Tubarão and leaving it on Aruni, what you effectively do is force these players onto those operators.
Yeah.
Which then, like, means that you're playing selfishly, but then you just incidentally get loads of value for your team as well.
Exactly. But also, like, that hits more for Aruni, because Aruni is just a plug and play, you know, you just chuck on a door or window, right, and it annoys someone, right? But like my frustration is also like the Tubarão, like people are picking on Tubarão, and I'm like, oh great, nice, I like playing Bandit, right? And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get a little bit of support here, and it's like, no, like he's dead within 10 seconds of the round starting because he's trying to spawn
peek from storage window and look out at the helipad, and he's died.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know that you can't, you're not going to be using his ults, and I'm just like, okay.
And it also means that now you're like fighting for that Tubarão pick if you're actually trying to do something with it.
Exactly.
With all the dock players who just want to spawn peek.
So yeah, die. I think we just commit to it. I think we just go, yeah, cool. No ACOGs.
I'd be fine.
I think that we can't. We can either have it on loads of operators, or we can have it on none. We can't have on a couple things, because again, you're just creating the same issues what happened with 1.5, where people will specifically pick onto that because it's strong. So I think you just scrap it.
No, my biggest thing from the whole thing is literally just the map pool. I think outside of cheating, something to be done about cheats is the map pool. It's like, I want to see that rank map pool shrink so that rank becomes more accessible and it's easier to like learn and pick up the maps. Make it the good maps. I don't want to sit there and I'm like, cool, what 3 maps am I banning between? And it goes like, oh, you can choose between Outback, Emerald Plains, Canal, Coastline, and Cafe.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, great, I don't really want to play any of these. And on the flip side, the moment you see like Clubhouse, Lair, and Labs, they're all together.
Yeah.
Or like a skyscraper or something. They're all together, and so it's like it never. I don't know. That can be frustrating.
I think I'd like to see that change actually in the map ban system. I think I'd like. I'd like it more in a voting system. I'd like to shrink the map pool, and you can kind of take or leave the ban system. To be honest.
I think if the maps were all consistently better, then it would be different, right?
Yeah.
Or like, and even by better, like, if I appreciate there'll be people who really love playing Canal somehow.
I don't mind.
There'll be people who. So. It's like not the worst, but it's not like I would never ever pick it over.
There's like 3 types of maps for me. There's like competitive maps. There's okay for ranked maps, and then there's casual maps.
And somehow Cafe is in all three.
Canal is okay for rank. It's okay. You can do enough on it where you can justify, I can play around things. I can get like this, I can play around a breach.
Sure.
Whereas like, you're just not going to get that from like an Emerald Plains or something. Emerald Plains stinks.
I prefer Emerald Plains to Canal.
That's a wild take. You literally cannot stand anywhere on Emerald Plains without someone looking at you through a window. It's a joke. Unless you're in like the top part, it's like a joke.
I mean,
anywhere on that top floor, you're literally like you cannot move anywhere other than that one room without someone.
Kinda.
And it makes it so playable.
Of all of the small fraggy maps, I like Emerald Plains the best.
Oh.
I prefer Emerald Plains to Coastline and Border.
Nah. Because border and Coastline have that central part.
No, because I can reach the map on Emerald Plains.
Yeah, true. Like, but
I can get inside the building and play a round of Siege.
True. True. I'll give you that. But the issue is that both Border and Coastline have that enclosed central corridor that you're safe to move around in for the most part.
Sure.
Whereas Emerald Plains just doesn't have that. So like,
yeah,
you can slap a couple people on a few windows on that top floor, and it's like, cool, this top floor is completely unusable, and it makes it not fun to play.
I also think people just don't play Emerald Plains well because it never got put into a comp.
There's that as well. I know, but never does.
So like, I genuinely think it's like another thing where like, if you saw Emerald Plains, put Emerald Plains in the comp map pool. I've tweeted about this like 2 or 3 times now, over like the last like year, where I've been like, just whack Emerald Plains in comp. Look, okay, do you think the pro players would complain? Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
They would cry so much about it. But you know what? What is esports at the end of the day? It's an entertainment product.
Yeah.
Like, it's an entertainment product and it's a marketing tool. Those are like the 2 things it is, first and foremost. Whack it in, force them to play it. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to have 8 teams in a 10-team region all just agree that they're going to ban it every single game. They're never going to play it. They're never going to learn it. And then there'll be a best of 5, and one of those teams isn't going to ban it. They're going to leave it open, and you're going to see it eventually. And guess what? Once you see it a couple times in pro play, people go, oh, actually, I can reinforce these walls, and I open this one. And once people... Literally, it is like, you just need, like, the Lego manual of how to play a map. Look at Chalet. Everyone thought Chalet was wank. And then guess what? It got put in pro play. All the pros realized they liked playing it. And now Chalet is, like, one of the core community maps.
I don't know if Emerald Plains would get that, but you know what would get that? Fortress!
Put Fortress in, right? Put Fortress in comp as well. Go for it. Just send it. Just do a season.
Fortress
you do the season after SI. The season after SI, you whack in Fortress and Emerald Plains. You take out Cafe because it's boring and old. You take out something else. Whack Oregon back in. Because Oregon shouldn't have left when it did. Like, I get why it was ready to go. I even thought, like, it could be good to go. But you consider, like, Siege was blowing up around Jinxie, and then we take Oregon out the map pool when Oregon was, like, the map people knew from Jinxie's 1v1s.
Yeah.
And, like, the 1v1 community and, like, Bunker Wars is, like, in the basement of Oregon. Like, it is just such a, like, core map to the identity of Siege. It's like Dust 2.
Yeah.
For Siege, but I think it's more important than Dust 2 is to CS.
Yeah, I think I think you can slap Oregon back in. I'm keen. Like, the thing I want to see the most right now in Siege is I want to see the Fortress like rework stroke buff.
Yeah,
like I think
Hereford needs another rework.
Fortress is like Fortress has, of all the maps in the map pool, it has the biggest potential to be an actual decent comp map because it's big enough and you can tidy up a few things enough where actually
you have a courtyard for all the courtyard lovers.
Yeah, you have a little courtyard. Like, it's such a nice little map, and I'm like, okay, you know, like I get like, you know, like there's I can't remember what the name of the site is, but it's the one with like this like a hexagon or something like that. And that's borderline. That's borderline unplayable, right?
Austin Lounge,
like at the casual level. But like, can you imagine pros having to play that? Like the stuff that they'd have to come up with. Like,
that used to be one of our go-tos when it first came out in ranked. When you had to play it.
Yeah, like
it was. You'd go to that one. You'd play the top floor with there was 2 hexagonal rooms, right? There was like the office on the second floor, and then the downstairs one as well. With the big, like, bath shower thing inside. But that's another map where, like, Fortress looks kind of dry and drab, but a little touch-up inside to make some of the it's got lots of tiling. You make that a little bit more intricate. You make it look a little bit more like a lavish sort of. It's not an embassy, right? It is a fortress, but you make it look a little bit more lavish. Like that courtyard, you could make it a little larger or even a little smaller, but you add a bit of vegetation in there. You add a bigger fountain in the middle. You do something to make it feel a little bit more alive and like bright. And I think that's a really nice middle ground that you can get there. No, I mean like. I played Fortress in Quick Play the other day and was just like thinking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. It is a goofy map. I think in its current state, if it got added back into ranked, it wouldn't quite work.
Oh, it can't be added. It definitely can't be added like right now, and it's not in its current state.
No, but I think it is one of the ones where I'd like to see it get a rework and brought back in. I also want to make a complaint about Quick Match Fortress, which is the best thing to do on Fortress. Was run outside into that little rooftop bit on defense.
Yeah.
And you can't run out for the first 10 seconds anymore.
Yeah.
So the moment you try to run out, the attackers are already like halfway up to the roof, and you can't get in the building. But it was so fun when you'd as 5 run up there and put your deployable shields down, put your ADSs down, throw out your magnets, put your barbed wire down on the doorway so they can't walk in. That was good fun.
That was good fun.
It was stupid, but it was good fun.
It really was. I think that's the only one of like the casual maps, in my opinion, that has like potential
Hereford.
to be. You think you could compify that? You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just need to like. I think that middle floor is very close to being playable. Like that's the second floor, right? And then I think you can tweak the basement a bit more as well.
Yeah, the top floor is a part of this.
I think the top floor is like almost too open at the moment, but I think that's fine. You sort of you almost like. Well, okay. Technically, Villa is the closest, but Villa's a ranked map pool, not a casual map pool. I'd like to see Favela. I think Favela could be touched up in a way. I think those 3 would be the ones that I'd be like, put some resources into sorting this out.
Yep.
If it was up to me, I think, and also they're very like visually distinct from each other. I mean, Fortress. Again, we talked about little bland, but it is like the border color scheme, but better.
Yeah. It's bright enough as well, so that you don't have as much skin issues. So it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those would be the 3 that I'd look at from the casual map pool.
Yeah, I think so as well, and I think that's what they should be doing because like, I think we should be focused on making things better that we've already got. You know, sure we can add more new maps and stuff like that, but surely it's easier to tidy up and rework an existing map than it is to build an entire new map.
Yeah,
I would imagine it is. I have no idea about doing that, but yeah, that Villa, I have long suspected that Villa is the next map to get reworked.
Probably.
I feel like that's in the pipeline already. I can imagine that basement will be getting touched, and they'll be expanding that middle portion. Do you know where like how you've got a Villa's like if I could do this in my hands
around landing.
It's kind of like this shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or like kind of more like that, right? This landing part.
Rectangles.
It kind of pinches in that middle part, and that segments the map really. I know it's quite difficult, and I feel like that they might expand that out a little bit.
You do something like the immediate way that comes to my mind is like you've got the pillar on 90 with the soft wall. You make like the pillar to the. If you're thinking like you run from landing down to 90, you've got like that square in the middle. You make that like a sort of zigzag path, and that corner where the hatch is walled off on the long angle. Yeah. And it enters into a path like above mud, basically. Yeah. Like you extend mud out, you make it hang over, and then you have like another like that would immediately be my first thought. It's like some sort of extra corridor there just to make that like more interesting. I don't know. But yeah, I think that'd be interesting. And the basement obviously needs a rework. And ideally a bomb site down there.
I think that's what I think that's what they would probably do. I actually have a feeling what would be in my opinion would be a nice little way to do it. I think we should get a split site because we do not fucking have them. Very rare. And I like them. Right?
Consulates, tellers, server.
Yeah. I'm a huge.
Is that the only one?
That I can think of. It's just consulate.
In ranked, at least.
In ranked, yeah. I think that split sites, they're unique, and we should be trying to get as much unique things. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? Like,
Because even now, when people pull out a split sight on console, I'm like, oh wow, I'm in for a treat right now. They're picking they pick the split sight, they take the pulse, and you maybe take a solace, and you're like, okay, this is going to be fun.
I think that's another thing that I'd be down to see people mess around with the reworks is moving bomb sights around.
Yep, I'm cool
because
with that.
every rework we've had has kind of kept them the same.
Yeah.
And it's not like rooms themselves haven't been shifted dramatically. Like the only one I can really think of is Clubhouse, the pool being sort of extended out a bit.
I think so.
And then the bomb site was moved from inside of stock back into the other half of the bar. It's the only one I can really think of. Because that obviously used to be one really long bar room, and then storage was the other bomb site.
Yeah.
On OG Club.
On OG Club, yeah. I think that could be a nice point to discuss. I think for like map reworks and stuff. I think that if there's plenty of maps they've got a baseline of. I'd be super surprised if the next one isn't Villa that comes up. We'll definitely probably get a new map next year, I think, or we'll get a rework. We'll get there'll be some sort of map thing happening next year, which I would imagine so. Because by the time we get to next year, we'll have modernised pretty much all of the maps, and then we'll have done all of them.
It's like 3 a season at the moment, right?
Yes, we've got one more season after this, and that'll be 9 maps done.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're spending the time to modernise all the casual ones. I'd rather they bend that off and just commit to reworking them or whatever.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be a good way to do it, is you have a couple leak through, and you just keep going.
Anyway,
but in terms of, like...
Go on.
Yeah, just to like bring us back very quickly to like the main part of like... Is SaveSiege a real thing? I think like... We've seen so many times various things happen where it's like, oh, the game's dead. It's like, it's not. Like, ranked feels bad because of cheaters, I get it. And ranked 2.0 feels unrewarding. And I think those are the two biggest things that I would like to see the game improve on.
Yeah.
Because I think in all other regards, like, it's doing really, really well right now. Like, when the game works, it's really fun.
Yep.
I think the operator balance is in a very good spot. I really like where we're sat. I mean, we were chatting about this watching some South Breach the other day, right? Like, is it South Breach? That's on?
South Breach,
it is South Breach that's back. It's really nice seeing all of those problem operators we were looking at like a year to a year and a half ago have all been toned back. And it was all on the defensive end of things. Azami, toned back. Fenrir, Malusi before that got adjusted appropriately. Solace got probably over-adjusted, but...
She's still getting played as well, that's the thing though. She's still getting... And I think it's okay for us to have operators that have a niche use.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a good thing.
So I think in terms of the balancing of everything, it has been pulled back to a line that I'm really, really happy with. So I think where the game is standing, it's great. It's simply just making it a better player experience now.
Yeah.
I think if you can fix that, make people actually want to play the game, or like feel like it's worth the time investment to play the game.
Yeah.
And that comes in the form of solving the cheating issue, so you feel like your time is being respected, and solving... Well, I don't even know... This is the problem. For me, Rank 2.0 is a really big deal. Yeah. But I think for the community at large, I don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
I think a lot of people quite like it. So, I would like to see it change on a personal level. I don't know if for the game to survive it needs to change, but I think for the game to have a growing streamer and content creator space, especially looking at like competitive stuff, that's what you do need to see improve.
Yeah. Or you just do what we kind of briefly mentioned. You don't touch the rank system, and you just create an entire 5-stack competitive thing, and you just go, cool, you've got your normal rank, and then here's your elite rank, or whatever.
This is separate. This is just like a nice little thing I'd like to see added if they do that. Make match replays accessible openly.
Yeah.
So you can go like demos in Counter-Strike, or like files in League, where you can just download them and get access to them instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So that, like, oh, let's see what... you see, like, there's, like, Falcons are stacking this new game mode.
Yeah.
And you can, like, go and download it and open it up. And the content opportunities there, amazing.
Great.
Because like, there's great content in, like, again, this is back to League. Like, there's a YouTube channel just called... Well, there's multiple channels just called Challenger Replays.
Mm.
And it's just, like, they pick a character, and it's like, oh, you want to learn to play... I don't know... Thresh support. You just go, like, Challenger Replays, Thresh.
Yeah.
And you'll just get YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video. And it is literally just someone AFK observing Thresh. And you just watch this person walk around. And that's like it. That is like the YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's just like an empty VOD. But you could do stuff with that in Siege I think would be really beneficial to the community. How does Shaiko entry on Ash? And you just find Shaiko's ranked games. And you just get to watch Shaiko play ranked.
That'd be sick. That would be sick.
He doesn't need to stream it. He can just play privately in his own time, and then you can just go and access this VOD and watch him play ranked.
Mm-hmm. That would be sick. It's just like a little playlist thing.
Yeah.
You maybe have like... You have it limited to maybe like the last 3 matches, last 5 matches or something like that, just so that like it doesn't have to store a crazy amount.
But you could do it to a database, right? So you could have match replays on a like Ubisoft website. And so you could search, like how you can search on R6 Tracker. You can search on the Ubisoft website. But if you, like, went to their thing, and it would just say, like, what, last 10 games get saved in your game files anyway, right? You could have last 5 games played. So, cool. These are, when you go to see this R6 Tracker, you have last 5 games played. Shaiko's 4th last game, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Oh, let me go see what, I don't know, Pengu's up to in his off time. Let me go see what Canadian's doing.
That would be sick. I am to kind of wrap this up because I know we're conscious of we're over our time that we allocate. We always do. We always allocate a time and we're always over it. It's fine.
Let's aim for an hour.
Oops. That's all right. It's all right. We're used to it by now. My closing thought is and this is more just like two tiny nitpicks that I want fixed. Please, can we just deal with the KB? We need to be getting her reworked somehow. Yeah. We
targeted.
Can't
make it targeted like Deimos.
Yeah, we
choose
can't.
One person to call.
It can't go on like this. It can't. We can't just be using one button to find absolutely everybody in the room. That's and also by the way, also you got a DMR on top of that. Just in case you need more, you got SMG12. She needs to be reworked. I think to something different.
Yes.
That's one of my biggest gripes at the minute. That I'm just like, okay, we need to do that. And obviously, shields still need a bit of a tweak. I'd also maybe go as far as to say that because we've got so much shields now, I actually feel like we might need to actually just get rid of fuse shield, just to take away the option.
Ooh.
It kind of sucks to say, but
no, I can see that.
If
but
we're gonna have, if we're gonna have 3, sure, give it
let
to
me let me play Hardbreach Shield again.
I just think that because fuse falls into that dumb that thing of like the DMR trap that we talked about earlier on, where people just will take the fuse shield because they want a shield because all 3 shields are banned, and then you end up having to deal with then you end up having to deal with the cluster charges, and you're like, you're like, oh my god, okay. So yeah, it's like the same thing as that. So that's like one thing I'd be like, okay, let's tweak that. And there was another thing, but I can't remember now. Can't annoy me that much if I can't remember. So,
for sure.
Anything you want to add before we sign off?
I think this is like another big overreaction, where it's like, I do think that the communication that comes out from Ubisoft at times is quite slow. Mm-hmm. It feels like we only really get dialogue around panels that happen at the majors and SI, or like the preseason panel. And I think that's what creates this sentiment in the community that there's a lot not being, or that we're being like forsaken, right? Mm-hmm. When we're not. The devs are working on things. It's just that we only get updates every 3 months.
Yeah.
And I think more frequent feedback. I'd even be down for more frequent patches.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to be like getting stuff adjusted every 3 months, or like there's like mid-season stuff, right? Like there's a mid-season patch. But I could see like every month give us a new update.
Yeah.
Make some tweaks. Like, because realistically as well, in terms of like the casual aspect, more balance changes, more tweaks. Like it doesn't have to be big stuff. It's not like you're reworking an operator just randomly for fun. But just stuff like, oh, Legion seems to be quite strong right now. Let's make it so instead of his goo mines charging every 8 seconds, or it's not 8, it's like 30.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
I can't remember.
Rather than 20 seconds, let's make it 25 and just see what happens.
Yeah.
And you can just make these small tweaks to numbers, just to see what happens. Let's buff up the damage just like by 1 or 2 points on this gun, or let's buff down whatever.
Yeah.
If you do that like every month, I think that could be a nice way to just like, if there's a big issue, you know, if you ever enter another situation where it's like, oh, his army's super strong. Well, now that we have the fact that they can be damaged, you can just tweak those numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just take 20 health off of Zami's Kiba, see what happens.
Yeah.
Just for subtle nudges, and then when you do that, you can just give us a little update.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're working on, or this is what we're thinking about upcoming stuff. And obviously, I know they want to keep all their big reveals for panels, so that's still fine. It doesn't have to be like this game-altering stuff. It's just like, hey guys, we hear the feedback, we've noted it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what people really want to see, and then see change from that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think they have got better at that recently.
They have gotten better, but like,
in terms of
it currently feels like, hey guys, at the major 1, it's like, hey guys, we acknowledge that like, the anti-cheat feels like a bit of an issue. At major 2, hey guys, we've worked on some anti-cheat stuff. At major, like at SI, hey guys, here's our new anti-cheat plan. It's coming in 3 months' time.
Yeah.
Right, and that information cycle is still a year.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you were like this, like imagine like you have this SaveSiege thing. The game's unplayable. Blah 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 blah. It's not. Like
it's not.
This is a massive overreaction,
yes.
But it's because people feel information starved. Is what it is, right? If you have this big thing, and then like at the start of the next month, they're like mid-October or start of October, they go, hey guys, we've heard the feedback. We appreciate what's going on. We are working on this. We can't really go into too much detail because we're in early stages of this new thing, or you know what, we've seen this, we're going to try something new. But we can't really go into it too much now, but know that you've been heard. Right? That's the start. Mm-hmm. And then the following month, you go, this is what we're working on. This is our like idea for what we're going to introduce. It's going to take us some time. Please bear with us. And then when you bring it in, you've had that buy-in from people. You then need to make it worth it. But making that feedback feel like you just got to trick players into thinking that they're hearing what they want to hear. Yeah. It's really that, like, it's hard to do, but it's like the amount of times that you're just like, oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something where it's like, Legion's too strong, make his goo charge 5 seconds later, and suddenly everyone thinks he sucks now.
Yeah.
Because you only have 1 goo by the end of prep phase rather than 2, and the second one comes up at like 240, and now the rushing Ash hits 1 goo instead of 2, and they feel like it's fair.
Yeah.
And suddenly Legion's a balanced operator, guys. Like, oh, let's remove the super shorty. Sure, just do it.
Cool. Yeah. It's that's a conversation. Balancing's a conversation for another day, I think, before we segue even further, because we could yap even more. We've got a lot to talk about over the last year and a half of not doing this. So
just a bit.
So we'll wrap it up there for this week. We will be back next week unless one of us dies or something, to be grim.
Currently, I'm the ill one, so it's looking like if I don't kick the bucket, we'll be fine.
Could be. This would be a very funny video if that was to happen. Actually.
Episode 2, Golu dies.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be back with more consistent episodes of us just yapping. If there's anything you want to hear us yap about, please tell us. Please let us know on Twitter. Let us know by email. Whatever way you want to do it, and we will talk about it. But that's us for Radio 6. We will see you guys next week. Anything you want to add before we go?
Stop crying.
That's a good thing to end on. Stop crying as much. Right, see you guys. Bye bye.